Hey queens, and welcome to another client transformation. If you want to see how we created this bomb look, keep on watching. Okay, so I started off by cleaning up her brows. Now I'm going to take my ColourPop pencil and I'm going to fill in her brows. I think the shade of this one is called Take Me Granite, if I'm not mistaken. I do have an eyebrow tutorial on my channel already, so go ahead and take a look at that. So I'm just going to quickly go through it. I am using my Juvia Place concealer in the shade number 10, I believe. Mostly all of the products that I'm going to be using in this tutorial is going to be Juvia Place, and I am just showing you just how great these products are. They are very affordable. I want to say the concealer retails for about either $8 to $12. I'm not exactly sure, but it's very reasonable. The product is super creamy and it is like butter, baby. So once we're done with the brows, we're going to hop straight into the eyeshadow. Okay, so going into my Warrior 2 palette, I'm going to take that first brown shade and I'm going to blend that in slightly above her crease area because this is going to be my first transitional shade. So I'm going to blend that in. And now using that chocolatey brown shade, I'm going to place that all into her crease area, starting with the very edges. And I'm just going to pack that color in. Then with a clean blending brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the very edges of that and blend that up into my first transitional shade. Okay, and now I'm just going to continue to build up that crease color with that chocolate brown shade until it is as pigmented as I can possibly get it, making sure that I'm blending out the very edges of that, going back with all of those brushes, going right back to that first brush just to get any color that I may have lost. Okay, now I'm going into that black and I'm just going to blend that right on the outer edge and blending that out with that chocolate brown shade. Okay, now it's time to cut the crease. As you can see, I already did the other eye. So I'm going to take my NYX white eyeshadow base and go ahead and start cutting out that crease. And as you can see, I am just using that brush and let that brush do the work for me. Her eyes are very, very easy to cut the crease. So I am just following along her eye shape. And now that I reached the very tail, I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush and I'm going to blend that into that last eyeshadow that I put in, just to make sure that it is as seamless as possible. Okay, now I'm just going to go back in with that black and add that color back in so I can get that gradient effect. Now I'm going to place that white and that mauve color that's right next to each other, and I'm going to place that all over the lid. And as you can see on the other side, I've already done it. So here I am just taking those colors and I am just placing those as carefully as I possibly can. These are matte shades, and with matte shades, you want to make sure that you are patting those in just to make sure that you don't get any creases and any patchiness. So you definitely want to pat those in as much as you can. So here I'm just patting all of the white. Gonna go back in and add in that charcoal color just to make sure that that crease is popping. And now I am just going to add in that mauve shade that was right on the side of that white and just blend that into that gray so we can get just a seamless gradient effect. So once I am done patting those colors in and making sure that they are blending into each other, I'm going to go back in with each color. Each color that's touching, I'm just going to keep going back and forth until I'm very satisfied. And once I'm done with that, we're going to go ahead and continue on to the liner. Yes. Okay, now for liner, I'm going to be using my NYC Black Matte Liquid Liner, and I'm going to draw that line straight across and blend that into that black. using my same packing brush that I used to blend in that black on the corners. I'm also going to add a pretty silver glitter liner on top of that black, just to make the eye pop out even more. Okay, now I've added liner, and here I am just adding some glitter on that blue liner just to make those eyes pop out even more. Okay, now on goes lashes. My favorite glue to use is that I Envy clear glue. It always works perfect for me. So here I've primed, and I am just adding that cream foundation by Juvia's. I think this is in Cameroon. But again, these products by Juvia are just like top notch. To say that they are considered like drugstore, because you won't find them in Sephora, but you can find them in Ulta. These products are bomb, and they are very affordable. And as you can see, the coverage is just supreme. So here I'm just blending all of that out using my foundation brush. Now I am highlighting. Right now I am highlighting using the shade, I want to say 12. I think that's 12. But I'm just blending that in. We all know how that goes. And you can just see that page just coming together right before your eyes, baby. And again, I'm using my foundation brush on the edges of that concealer just to make sure that it is as seamless as possible. Okay. Yes, come on, face. Come on together, sweetie. And now for cream contour, I am just taking another Juvia's product, and this is in the shade Benin. I want to say that's it's pronounced. And I am just going to cream contour her face, add that dimension back into her face, and I am just going to blend that out. And as you can see, these products blend like a dream. They definitely do their thing. Okay, so I am just blending that contour on out, and then going back in with my foundation brush on the edges so that it can be a seamless blend. And now to set, I am just going to use my No Color Translucent Powder by RCMA, and I'm just going to set all of the highlighted areas under her eye, smile lines, nose, chin, and forehead. Okay, and now for contour, I'm going to be using my medium to dark contour palette by Black Radiance. And I'm going to mix those two colors together. And I am just going to bronze and contour at the same damn time. Okay, and I'm just going to go straight over those places where we cream contour, just so that we can make those contoured areas pop right on out and add that dimension that we want. Okay, and now to set that foundation, I am just going to use my MAC Studio Fix foundation powder in the shade NW45, and I am just going to set the foundation, also go around those contoured areas to make sure that it is blending as seamless as possible, and also dust off that setting powder so we can make sure that it has no flashback. The RCMA No Color Powder doesn't have a color, but we just want to be as cautious as possible, okay? Okay, and for blush, I'm using the Saharan Volume 1 blush palette. I'm going to mix those two colors together and just start blending those right along the edges of that contour, blending it in between blending it in between the highlight and that contour. Okay, then I'm going to take my foundation brush on the edges just to make sure that it is as seamless as possible. You never want your blush just to sit on your face. You want it to actually look like you're blushing. So you're definitely going to go back and forth between that contour and that foundation to make sure that it is as blended out as possible. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly mist her face and get those powders to actually set in so it can look more like skin. Here I am just fanning her, and then I'm just going to press that in with my foundation brush. Okay, now for highlight, I am just going to take my loose pigment by ColourPop, my loose highlighting pigment by ColourPop, and I am just going to slowly blend that onto her cheeks. Notice I do not use a lot at once. I just slowly add because you cannot take back once you add a whole glob at once. And you see I'm just dabbing it in and then blending that out. Okay, and here I'm just showing you the face completed, just to give you like a quick glimpse of how everything came together and how beat and snatched she is. Yes, girl. Ooh, girl. Girl, this is it. Look at you, girl. Yes. All right, to finish up, we're gonna go on straight to the lips. Look, I was just telling a girl, you was beat, girl. Yes, I'm telling you, she was beat. Okay, so on to the lips. Okay, now for the lips, I used a dark chocolate brown matte liquid lipstick, and I also blended in like this pretty nude lip from NYX. I can't remember what each one is, but as you can see here, I am just blending those two together just to get that very cute and simple nude brown girl approved nude lip. Okay, I also added a glitter lip gloss from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I can't remember what the name is that. I'm sorry, forgive me. And right now I'm just topping it off with a clear lip gloss just to make it pizzazz. Anytime I do gloss, I'm doing gloss, not a regular gloss, but this is a gloss. Yes, girl. This is so pretty, y'all. I was so happy. Like, I literally took my time. All right, and there you have it. This is the final complete look. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn the notification bell on so you know every time I post. I had a great time completing this look. My client loved it. She was serving the girls. Okay, if you like this video, share this video. Tell your friends and tell your friends. And stay tuned for more videos, y'all. I'm also going to insert a picture that she sent me because she loved it. Bye-bye, y'all.